we've actually got Toby and Syndrome ready to take this one away.
Yes, Syndrome, Mr. Hype Man. I look to you for inspiration on this draft. Perfect. That's all it takes to be a TI play-by-play
Toby! Woo!
Hell yeah! Sure. Maybe we could be a little bit more hyped about this if both of us had a little bit more faith in this Na'Vi draft, but the panel didn't seem to really like it that much. And this was the few words we were exchanging here, like it's kind of the same tune in the commentary box.
Yeah, we had a bit of our own talk here, and we see some of the same problems. Like, in my mind, there's a couple of things in this game that I'm a bit worried for Na'Vi about. It's the fact that they don't have a clear-cut initiation plan or frontliner. Pango, to me, is always this kind of pseudo... He's like a follow-up, right? He doesn't really start your fight most of the time. Riki is awkward as an engage because he's fragile while engaging. He's not a tanky hero. And then your support duo is Crystal Maiden Lich, which I feel like is a little bit of the same thing, right? It's two ranged supports that play primarily on slow. But there's no catch, there's no frontline, no tankiness, no gank setups, unless you want to call Sinister Gaze that. So, I mean, that's a lot of negatives that I see for Na'Vi. And what I see for Secret is, you know, pretty well-rounded. They have good team fight from the Mars, they have a catch in Mars and Rubik, even Rupture can start a fight. And when they group up and get their healing and AoE items, I just struggle to see Na'Vi finding kills. Imagine Na'Vi killing a lineup right now that has Hand of God mech on a pipe, which will come out, right? Mars will get a pipe, Chen will get mech.
It's also like the timing of those items that Na'Vi needs to actually fight against that. Like you talk about a Hand of God and mech, just dealing with that. You need to have Riki with damage dealing items. You need SF to be big. Are they going to find those timings if the laning phase goes equal? Because I think that's probably the best case scenario. Because I like the fact that Magicals actually let the tower come underneath the wave underneath the mid tier one against Nisha. I don't know if that was totally intentional, just let the block go.
I'm not really sure. Like, this is a very, like, SF versus Quap is a pretty special lane where, considering that SF skills raises in the start, maybe you want to try to get the wave into tower in the hope that Quap will miss CS to the tower and your deny, because you know you can realistically deny against him, right? He has 20 more damage than you in the start. So your CS is largely relying on raises. So I don't know if that was on purpose or not, but either way, it looks like they're going to stabilize pretty easily here.
Yeah. Let's see how the laning phase works out. I want to see the influence of Poppy on Chen. It's always a pleasure to watch him play. And as he tracks couriers through the jungle, as you would expect, he's unable to kill the first one. Matumba's not too healthy either.
Yeah,
there's another 2 jumps available here for the Riki. He's got to time it right as Matumba just lets the blood ride out, and they have done enough damage. First blood goes to Crystallize, and that's exactly what Na'Vi needed to get a good setup for this Riki.
Just like, help!
I'm chasing couriers, man.
Yeah.
Then again, with Divine Favor,
he lost first blood. I mean, that's a great start for Na'Vi up here. Bit surprised. I mean, it's tricky, right? Because if Matu doesn't play...
Pasha? Oh, that's gonna hurt. He just had a South cancelled out. Yapso's nearby. There's not much for Sai to give unless he consumes a mango. Then he creates some extra space, and nice dodge from Pasha. Swashbuckle away, so Slayer cops the spear.
3 salves at the same time in the bot lane. Everybody's rolling in green.
For 10 seconds.
Why is it?
They have to come back to the lane.
Gonna mango straight over them there. I think he could have stopped 2 salves halfway, but held on to them. I think that was a lot of value to get there anyway. But yeah, this top first blood, it might look super awkward, but I think in order for Puppy to have a chance at killing couriers here, Matsu needs to play like the Chen is nearby, right? If he plays super passive, it becomes really obvious that what Chen is doing is hunting couriers. So it's understandable, but it obviously sucks a bit for him to just be completely stranded. If Chen is there helping him, they can't get that.
The tier 1 tower. Asha can't do much more. At least he's able to get the disarm over on Zai. In fact, maybe he can even kill off Zai. 2 attacks with Orb of Venom, and Zai can't get back to the tier 1 tower.
That's a good trade. Support the support will bring back regen that Pasha drops. Looks like a magic wand for now only. I don't know if Fort Tangos is going to cut it here. Maiden is okay. He had his courier flying out as well with extra regen. Yep, he's fine.
And Pasha is a one lucky man. Always hitting the shot.
The lane we haven't talked too much about since the start is this mid lane where Magical is kind of taking a beating. Historically,
Asha?
Quap is what? Yeah.
He had challenges to survive with his wand, so he'll end up living. But still very, very close with the Absol, just waiting out his level 2 Fate Bolt.
I want to say this Quap versus SF matchup has had like different phases over the years, where a while back it was Quap favored, and then it was Shadowfiend favored for quite a while. And now Queen of Pain is maybe in a spot again where she can win this lane reliably. Just multiple buffs over time, the change to couriers, the rune spawning at 4 minutes. Because Shadowfiend has the superior wave clear at level 3. So when the runes were spawning earlier or were more accessible, it would be easier for Shadowfiend, and maybe you could get a bot. He's actually going Soul Ring. Is that normal? I haven't
not
been
that I've
watching
seen
too many Shadowfiend games.
And now with an Invis rune, Nisha, quick blink away. But
he even has Maiden Aura. Well, he doesn't want to go down on mana, so he won't. But I give this a doubt.
Going Soul Ring and Bottle, like maybe if you built with something else. Matumba's going to get back to safety as Crystalline. Not looking to dive with a level 1 Frost Shield. And Queen of Pain's watching this stack of the SF very closely. Nisha actually blinked over before during the laning phase, just to have a quick look around. And he's going to steal that 5-minute rune, normally the one that is taken by the mid laner of Dire's side.
This'll come in handy. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Makes it a 3-1 trade.
Is it a 3-1? Yeah, it is, actually. Poppy Bit managed to get the top one without being contested by the Lich. So, and something to keep in mind here, right, is if the Queen and the Mars keep playing as aggressively in their lanes as they have so far, Matu is going to have a great time top. It's always the X factor when you're playing with Bloodseeker is, do you have high lane pressure heroes? And Secret have definitely drafted in a way that sets up their Bloodseeker for success. So you're going to see every time Zai and Yapstar can do it, they're going to land their spell combo bot, and they don't necessarily care if they get the kill or not. Not killing a hero is also good. And it looks like they will kill though this time. Slayer.
They can claim
I'm
it.
trading though.
Stun on Slayer, and that's going to be Zai getting the kill. Actually, Punch the kill on Yamsol first, but doesn't matter when it's a 1-1 trade-off. You also managed to get Poppy to TB all the way out of the top lane. Just went on by the Lich and the Riki and realized there's just no way he can stand on this lane. And, well, now Matumba, they're going to lose his courier as well. Coming over to try and battle against the Lich. Is there another blast? Already burnt the Mango from Lich previously, so he's got nothing more to give, but that doesn't stop the Riki from jumping himself forward on the back of the Blink Strike. So Yamsol's got his own little bit of control time for Crystallize. Shielded up, and he can stay outside the Blood Ripe, but Matumba really sped up to 480 move speed.
It's that third point in Thirst really starts ramping it up. That's when the move speed starts to truly matter. Well, he is taking a lot of damage every time he uses Blood Rage.
And he is.
He will be okay.
Back up, Salva. Puppies keep keeping a close eye on Magical, making sure, no stacks that can be prepared by the SF easily. But this now leaves Zai on the bottom lane by himself, this Mars. The lowest of the cores when it comes to net worth.
Yeah, they're pressuring him really hard. They have identified, obviously, this rotation from Yapsor allows them to play as aggressive as they want.
Oh, that jump. Nisha.
Level 6.
Okay, he gets Magical to TP out. Care of Couriers.
Whoops.
Just came underneath the tower. That wasn't part of the plan. But SF forced to go all the way back home.
Dire's middle tower is under
But it's still not that bad if Magical can catch up with the jungle. But Ricky's already gone that way. Same as the Lich. It's so hard for Ricky to find a kill on the top lane now. You got the Ogre Frost Mage control from Poppy. You've got the Purge from Tadabasher as well. There's just not enough damage output from Crystallize. He just has to keep farming to Diffusal.
Such a good creep lineup for Puppy to have. The Ice Armor against the Ricky, like you said, and then the Banisher can just remove Frost Shield. So...
wow, that's Sonic Wave.
Potential.
Shields up from Lich. He might have enough damage. No, the pickup from Yapsol. It throws Magical away. I think you need another 2 attacks anyway, but Slayer under the cover of Invis, maybe he can do the work. He'll have to Frost Blast up the hill to see Nisha before he TP's out. And he had no information to do so. So the TP completes. And Puppy is looking for his own pick-off, trying to find Magical on the retreat back. The Magical's got mana, so he's gone jungle. Anisha hunting through the mid lane too.
Instantly gets summoned back by Puppy. One of the big benefits to having this Chen. It doesn't really feel bad for him to TP to base like that after avoiding a gank. Like, you know, you're gonna basically just get a free refill. Back to the aggressive plays. Once again, the beneficiary of the map is Matumba. Just every time, even the Shadow Fiend didn't die. He had a lot of safety there. Oh, good reaction from Pasha.
Yeah, jumps away.
Optimistic, to be honest. Pango obviously with a really quick cast animation on that escape. But never hit it if you don't try. So Zai tests Pasha there, but Pasha is ready.
And Crystallize is getting still a lot of money. No deaths to his name, able to get the kill up on top lane as well. Everything seems to be going slowly and no heavy early game advantage in favor of Team Secret. All three cores of Na'Vi are getting money. I suppose Crystal Main's doing her job, just give aura. That's it. Don't die, give aura.
Yeah, but is that good enough for position 4 though?
Probably not when she's now going to die and actually breaking those conditions. Slayer trying to make a break for the tree line. Can someone please deny me? Nope. Fade Bolt. Gonna be there from the Rubik.
Yep,
Zai actually gets killed off by Crystallize in the meantime. Crystallize still having his own little bit of a battle against Bloodseeker. Everyone's a little bit low. Your buff ups from the outposts. And back underneath the tower, Matumba will go. Crystallize really playing life on the edge against this Bloodseeker. He doesn't even have Diffuser Blade yet, but feels strong enough to take the fight, or at least the harassment. YapzOr can feel strong enough to die to the two supports. To pick up the throw down, Matumba actually goes down to Crystallize, and YapzOr pulled back in with the Sinister's Gaze. So his rotation can't help out either. At least Nisha's rotation down to bottom lane ensured the Crystallize did go down, so there was some kind of answer back from Team Secret.
Killing spree he ended alone, 1v1. So gets a nice 350 gold for that on Nisha. Actually surprised to see Crystallize got 317 for Matu on the prior kill, but still good value for both teams overall. Now the macro stuff we need to look out for in this game is now that Secret are starting to hit their levels on their supports, they want to start pushing towers with this Chen. Oh, Pasha's dead.
Yep, he's gonna go into Rolling Thunder. The spear from Zai pushes him away and Pasha is definitely dead. Swashbuckle stolen by Rubik. I suppose the upside is your SF remains alive and goes back into the jungle to farm.
But
the tier 1 tower is lost.
Yes, that's the problem. It's really dangerous for this Na'Vi lineup to lose ground. There are some lineups that deal better with losing map control, but I think the type of lineup that I really don't want to play when I lose my towers is one that doesn't have easy means of initiation, like where you can find a fight of your own and then push it back out and get a counter tower. And that's what Na'Vi will struggle with. They really need to not lose this mid tower.
Mars going to rotate around the back. Glitch might be caught on the edge of this, but Magical, he's in the tree line. The smoke broke on Zai. There's no observer ward on the hillside. Not anymore, at least.
Pretty obvious rotation. So Magical will position himself well. He knows the top tower just fell. He doesn't see anyone top but Matumba. So where else would they have gone than trying to do a snipe mid? So just play side and not get jumped. So good awareness.
Meanwhile, SF gets a lot of stacks to farm up. Got a triple ancient stack ready to go. Crystallize takes out the tier 1 tower on bottom lane, or I should say the catapult does. Crystallize didn't get the last hit.
Dire are scanning.
That's such a heavy commitment from Secret now on the top lane. All 5 heroes have gathered, looking for what? Pangalier's hiding over in the tree lines. Nisha can't find him, so Puppy sends his creep. No, pulls it back out again.
Yeah,
this push is not working. It really is.
Also very uncharacteristic to see that from Secret, to be honest. I think they're one of the teams that does the best job at not over-rotating for things, whether it's defense or offense. This play doesn't really exist in my mind. Like, if they want to get that tower, you bring 5 heroes, but it's just a bad spot against Pango because he has the tree line to his advantage. And if you position yourself aggressively like that, the enemy team gets free compensation for having weak initiation because you're placing your heroes in a way that he can jump you. So you're actually, a safer play, honestly, would be to 5-man the mid tower. I think that would be easier to get right now just because of the layout of the terrain and how you could ward over there. Also, you know, the tier 2 towers got buffed, right? It has 4 more armor and another, 700 health than a tier 1. It's almost twice as tanky. It's way harder to bring down. Na'Vi took pretty good advantage of that by just, you know, chilling, Getting some creeps.
Yeah,
Building up.
We're back to just looking at the jungle. At least in this game, we're gonna have no issue with people picking up neutral items. But Ricky's almost finished defusal. That for me is gonna be the fun time to see Crystallize get properly involved in fights.
Yeah. That'll be a big help. I wonder who he's going to prioritize targeting, if it'll be the Queen or the Rubik.
Well, Queen's got
Possibly
aggressive
Rubik.
items because she went for the Orchid, so
Yeah.
there's no defensive way of getting her out. And Poppy's going for Dominator, so it's not even the mech into Hand of God.
That is a bit surprising, actually, that he didn't go back. And Zai's getting Vlad's first. That's pretty standard. Probably going to transition into the pipe after, I would imagine. But it's also possible that they are not playing for that timing, but they want to play for a later one and then get EKB on Mars as well as Quap and Bloodseeker, all three of them. Because again, if you look at the dire lineup, they have issues against BKBs.
Yeah. Matumba's already building into it. Like, he actually stopped at just the casual Yasha and then going into the BKB.
It's good.
Keep the farm rate up, and it feels like we may as well just grab ourselves a beverage. We've got some time. And we need critical items before anything happens.
Poppy gets his Dom now. Mm-hmm. So you're going to take
It's just
another.
such good information from Na'Vi. This observer ward that was planted down, it was planted to watch the tier 2 tower, but it's seeing Niche's farm pattern and allows Crystallize to move in and out. So there's a lot of information on the southern side of the map for Na'Vi, where Crystallize can almost play like he's an anti-mage. Just keep bottom lane pressured in, take the jungle whenever you want it, freeze up the SF to continue to farm up this Trinity little area. It even gives space for Pango to farm underneath the Radiant Observer ward. So Pasha's also bringing his net worth back up again, and everyone's still pretty even. The only one who's kind of losing out is, well, Ilias, the Lich. He doesn't really get anything, and he's probably the difference in the net worth between Na'Vi and Secret.
Radiant are scanning.
It looks like
And
finally
he's not-
Secret's going to do something about it.
He's not really going to scale either.
No, he's not.
That's
Not without
one
a
thing
great
that
chain
Chen
frost.
Rubik got.
Dire's middle tower
Yeah,
is
that's
under
all.
And here's your mid fight. Bloodseeker's not here. Ricky's not here. Ricky is moving in, but remember, Bloodseeker, he's only one call away. But this creep wave has such a hard time staying alive.
Secret were just waiting for the siege creep wave. Actually, they were very patient with going for this mid. And it helped them a decent amount. They almost got the tower. And in the meantime, they're still finding slightly better farm than Na'Vi. And like you said, the big difference is the supports, right? It's the fact that Chen and Rubik find farm naturally while they're moving around the map, and Lich doesn't. So over
There's one
time,
thing we know, like,
this-
you get so much legwork out of your Secret supports.
yeah,
Dire's
for sure.
top tower is under
But
attack.
it's also indicative of the patch to an extent, right? If you've watched how Liquid have been drafting, they've been doing very well as well in the European region as of late. And they're often picking both Taiga and
Attack.
Insania supports that find farm, whether it's Coddle or Grimstroke on the position 5, and whether it's something like Weaver or Pango on position 4. They will get supports that have wave clear to take advantage of these lulls in gameplay to just build up,
Dire's
Yep.
top
become more useful later on. 'Cause the
Meanwhile, CM, oh, they actually hit the spear as well, ensuring there's just enough damage to get through both the magic stick charges and the raindrop defense that was up and running.
That's just not good enough for Na'Vi though, right? Like, you just lost 2 towers and a hero for nothing. You're not...
Look at the graphs as well. You see the outcome from it. Like, you now 4,000 net worth behind you. The experience swings the other way, and Secret going for Roshan.
Yeah. You gotta fight it sometime soon. I don't think you can just let Secret take whatever they want. Like, you gotta play your Pango Blink plus Ricky Defusal. Maybe the overall play call is we need to wait for Shadowfiend BKB, but that has proven to be pretty expensive now. Like that, I don't really agree with that choice of delaying that long without holding your towers. Because sure, you might get this BKB now, but the amount of map control Secret has is worth more than that item. Like,
That
they have
BKB
the
may
ball
be
right now.
delayed. Magical is moving around inside the Radiant jungle. Secret and actually smoked the opposite direction. They decided to walk over 3 wards, 2 sentries and Observer that got planned down by Na'Vi. That definitely wasn't intentional. And Courier just knocked up by Nisha for the big stomp from Poppy, catching Pasha out.
Nicely done.
Fresh obs. They see so much, and now Secret will push the advantage. Aegis Immortal on the Queen of Pain. They wanted to dive. They wanted to be aggressive. Bloodseeker's fine. He's actually not finished the BKB yet. You probably want to protect the Queen with that 301 so far.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant
So
structures
is this your
are
trade-off?
fortified.
Magical pushes the tier 2 tower on bottom. Fortification from the Radiant side. Dire doesn't have theirs available anymore. Back on the cooldown, but Magical has his BKB. You'll have to use his buyback money for it.
It's not even a trade-off. Secret can defend it if they
Radiant's
want.
bottom
Yeah,
tower
Magical's
is
getting out of
under
there.
attack.
That's another tower that Secret just claimed with no contest. No contest from Navi?
It's just BKB. That's all they wanted. They wanted Magical to have BKB before he fought. Even Crystal Maiden's buying a BKB.
I like that.
It's nice. Like, maybe if she had the Philosopher's Stone, this might be a little bit nicer too. Gonna take some time for CM to get money. Alright, they smoke up, but they didn't see the second Radiant Observer Ward. Crystallize is scouting out for the moment too. Defensive sentries, Nisha and Puppy both reveal themselves. That's a nice defensive ward the Secret can use from the north. This is really how this is going to turn out. Like, there's no biting from Secret, but they'll want to fight now. A Blink Dagger over on Zai. Freshly back from the base, thanks to Chen.
Chen's close to mech as well. They could wait for that if they wanted to, but their timing right now is insane. They have 5k gold lead, Aegis.
And off
Have they
the
even used
20-minute
their
bounty.
Orchid yet? Maybe they used something.
Oh, Magical's going to be the front liner. At least he'll get one bounty rune. Back to the tier 1 tower, back to the regeneration. Away from the initiation, but Ricky found a target. It's a big one too. Queen of Pain trying to get out of the smoke screen, able to do so, but the push back, she just gets controlled, and the TP. Oh, you get brought down, but the Aegis Mortal will bring you back up again. Chain Frost being used to clean up Puppy's creeps. That's the primary goal here, while Magical BKB TPs himself away to safety. And Navi just get out. They don't want to have anything to do with this at all.
So that was their 10-second BKB and Ricky's life for an Aegis. It was a pretty good initiation though. Like, Nisha blinked in, Orchided on the Pango, but he was quick to react and rotate or go to the right. There was no follow-up from Secret on that one. And then they got the good rollout, but when you get ruptured by Mars, yeah, that would be cool. When you get ruptured in this kind of fight, you have to TP out as Pango there. Like, you know you're gonna die if you don't. So yeah, you pop the Aegis, but Pango's out of the fight, and Secret could very easily run in, and probably the biggest play there, Puppy with a beautiful 2-hero Centaur stomp from the back. Just found the angle.
He didn't even lose any of his creeps. He pulled his creeps down, so the Chain Frost, like, everything went through his creeps, and then Hand of God. No damage, and they look to push the tier 1 tower on bottom lane.
Yeah, this is a bit risky. I actually don't think they should do it. Because
Arena's down, Sonic Wave is down, but Queen of Pain's not even there. Now the jump forward,
down.
Pango can slay her. As she gets slow over on Puppy, this will be quite nice for him. Rubik steals the Nova, returns it over on 3 heroes. The Arena will go to work. Crystallize, he just bounced himself back out after killing off Puppy. In fact, it was Magical who got the kill. They want to go for the next target, and they got the jump forward available, but supporter rise from Team Secret with a jump forward. Sonic Wave still on cooldown, but Magical, he'll have to let this BKB go, but speared up against the wall. So much damage into him. He's already dropped down. The rupture's out. Crystal Maiden will let it go, but Rubik will now let it go just as hard onto each other. Rubik will actually go down to Slayer and vice versa. Matumberman is at full speed, and Navi, they're almost all dead. Lich completes the TP, barely. What a style, but mainly from Team Secret.
that was really nice spell layering there with... they almost precast the Bloodright on the Mars. They knew exactly what they wanted to do, so they got to connect it during the stun, and the amount of damage that comes out from that plus Queen of Pain is too much for Magical to sustain through. And as soon as Shadow Queen is dead, this fight's over. Like, Navi already used some cooldowns to get the Chen. They're just out of steam. Have to try to disengage, but it's not easy to disengage against Bloodseeker, Quap, Rubik, just really strong catching heroes, so you gotta kind of stand your ground. That's what you have with the Maiden. It was a decent freezing field, but you're seeing some of the problems here for Navi in the game, I think, that they had to try to fight earlier than they did, and now they're kind of paying the price. Oh, Pasha might be in trouble too.
He's trying to get away. The spear able to grab him. He's got Rolling Thunder as he'll have to let it out straight away before the Bloodright can connect. But oh no! Oh no!
How would you like to die? Do you want to die from the silence or from the rupture? Pick your poison.
Die from blood loss. And Team Secret now remove the remaining tower on the map. still doesn't feel like they got anything to properly fight with. Like, I just don't get what these supports are meant to be able to achieve compared to what Team Secret's able to enable with their supports. Now they come up high ground. Queen of Pain even, yep, don't care, just blink yourself forward. Into the tier 3 tower, the frost shields are up. But there's a lot of heroes who are missing. They even get the fortification out before it's able to clean up most of the creep wave. Not that that will matter, Magical will come over.
They still force the glyph and force quite a few Na'Vi heroes back to base just by threatening here. And what Secret can do with this is when you force the enemy team to defend bot as Radiant, you can start crossing the entire map and take Roche control now and ward it, because you know you're not going to run into many enemy heroes if you do it fast. It doesn't look like they're doing it too quickly, but already TP'd Matu at the top at least to shove that out, and then we might see a smoke in the near future where they try to get some vision out and set up for their own Roshan. As Maiden was showing bottom, she has to push that wave out. It's too dangerous, and Shadowfiend showing mid. This gives Secret ample opportunity to get something done. Yep, good scan at least. Matsu's this kill is not happening.
They're trying to set it up.
It's just not happening.
You're right, like, you can't even chain stun him. He's not near, like, multiple cliffs. The Team Secret Smoke's probably going to catch out the Lich. He's in mid lane, so yeah, blink forward into the Orchid. That's going to be a quick kill over on Lich. Meanwhile, up on the top lane, they're starting on Matamba. BKB, that's the 9-second one being burnt. The same with the Rolling Thunder. They can clean the wave out, but then you got to get the hell out of here. The bounty runes. They start to look better for Team Secret. They'll get 3 out of them, and they'll get the kill on the Crystal Maiden. So their second passive support from Na'Vi will die in the trees. Zai, that's a wide ball.
Back to Javelin practice, I think. That actually reminds me of my Javelin throw in elementary school. Actually, it flew a lot further than what I did.
I'm about to say, like, how much power did you actually have?
I've really never been good at throwing.
Not with javelins.
I throw a ball pretty well, but not Dota and not javelins. So.
Another courier sniped off, kind of revealing the fact that Magical's just farming up a Daedalus in the trees. Just feels like Na'Vi is just playing for the one Hallelujah fight they can have inside their own base. That will change
really win Dota most of the time.
I'm not saying it's a winning strategy. I'm just saying it looks like
it is true though. It is really what it looks like. They've been struggling to find opportunities, and we're talking a lot about Navi's inability, but it's obviously largely down to just Secret's really good job at pushing waves and grouping up when they're strong, really playing around the Chen plus Queen of Pain timings in this game. Zai
that was so close for Zai, and then he gets pulled back out by the Chen. That was just on the edge of the radius of dust. But all they're doing is farming, Na'Vi. It's like anywhere else on the map they can be that is where Na'Vi is not. Crystalline's always playing the side lane. He's looking to complete up his Manta style, so at least there's no silence control on him.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
When's the next
Pango
rush?
gets the Yules? Okay.
1 minute 20. It's clear that this is the game plan from Secret. Keep pushing waves. We know we're winning. We're gaining. Can wait for the next Aegis, get Aegis and Cheese plus the Queen Pink Courier respawn for the Shiva's card. And then possibly look to high ground. It's not even a requirement. Like, if you just dominate in map control, you will always have the extra hero. Okay, Queen of Pain onto Ricky.
Yeah, looking for the kill, and they've got him. Dead for 50 seconds. A buyback force would be huge. And it's time for that repair kit of Na'Vi to get back to base and get to work. The tier 3 towers are being hit down, and Nisha needs a quick moment. So the Lich is TPing back. Is Magical ready to come back yet? He's still a little bit short, another 500 gold, and he actually has the Daedalus ready to fight. Where's that repair kit? Has it come out yet?
Do they have one?
Yeah, both sides picked up a repair kit. But it's not in anyone's inventory yet for the Dire side.
That's not good.
No, especially when Crystal Maiden gets picked up, thrown back down again. That Fate Approach won't be able to protect you.
What's going on?
It's a very good question, Sin. That's why I normally ask an analyst that. But a melee Rax is just being wrecked apart. There's no contest with this.
Of TP than I am, so I figured you could tell me. This looks like something you might have experience with.
This is 3K, is what you're trying to say, in the nicest possible way.
That was not good. No bueno.
Oh, entire mid-ranks has been lost. And Na'Vi, I'm uncertain what you're waiting for.
It
Maybe
feels a bit desperate, right? Like,
yeah.
as funny as it is to point out this TP being, you know, too far forward, you can just smell the frustration, right? Like, when Maiden TPs right behind the barracks, like, it's like, guys, we've got to defend. Like, let's do something. And they're just letting Secret take it. And I'm not saying they're favored in this fight. I don't think they are. But if you have even a 10% chance of defending these barracks and taking a good fight, instead of just losing them and Roche for free, I think you need to play for the minor chance that you win this fight and get back in the game. Because the alternative is just hemorrhaging over and over and over again until you don't even have 1% left.
Yeah,
And that's really what
hilarious
it feels like. You're just missing this like hunger from Na'Vi to try to win the game. Like, I just want to see them try, like, even if they lose.
It's like if they turn up, they'll get the signing session, and then it's all worthwhile, right? But for now, Team Secret are signing their names on the Na'Vi towers. The tier 3 tower to be brought down. TPs are now coming in. Lich putting on that Frost Shield. I'm still not seeing the repair kit in anyone's inventory. A BKB for the Crystal Maiden, so...
Oh, okay.
Oh, yay.
It's pretty good. There's no counter to it. This game, there's no BKB piercing stun, but he doesn't have a positioning item, so he can't blink BKB ulti yet. It is queued up, but will take a while for
Na'Vi's going to lose both 30-minute outposts. This is why Poppy TP down to the bottom lane. Maybe Na'Vi thought the pressure would keep on coming in. A blink forward from Nisha. This is the best opportunity that Na'Vi has had in a very long time to find a kill. But then in Queen of Pain, BKB still has blink available. Crystal Maiden is not a healthy girl. Just, she's got BKB. For any kind of defense if they want to plan it, but they don't even take the bounty rune. It's just a walk away here from Na'Vi. Meanwhile, an orb of destruction to be picked up. That's nice for a Bloodseeker who's got cheese and a BKB and a Basher. And almost completed up a Butterfly. There's a lot of half items here from Matumba.
Oh, he's having a classic Matu problem.
Wait, Crystal, oh. Is it too many items, not enough slots?
This happens to Matu. It's a Matu thing. To me, this is the Matu plays. You farm a neutral camp, you have full backpack, and then you full out panic and don't loot the item. Did you see that clip a while back? You might not have seen that clip, but it was in a pub game. Like, he was farming a camp, a neutral item dropped, he ran away, he was like, oh my god, that was an orb of destruction something, runs back to loot it, gets killed, and I don't remember if he had buyback or something or lost the game or whatever off it, but it was...
I'll need to look back up and refresh my memory.
That this just happens more to Matu than other players. So clean up your backpack. That's what you gotta do.
Well, he dropped the clarity, but he actually needs that too. Yeah. His mana regen is pretty poor. Movement out here from Na'Vi. Smoke gank up. Raps Yapsaw gonna be the big target. Zai, that's a real silence, but then it's just gonna BKB and Slayer BKB, and he'll let his own ulti go off. Rubik comes a lot of damage from that inside the ghost, but he still ends up able to seal the freezing field. Can't get it off, however. Crystallize will be there, but he's also ruptured. He needs a TP right now for the Basher. Matumba just stays on top of him. A quick trick to the trade. Maybe they're gonna return damage. No, Matumba has got cheese. And Crystallize, he walked the last inch to actually die to the Bloodseeker. Pangolier, it's a good swashbuckle away to then blink out to safety. Queen of Pain wants to stick with them. Pango's got another swashbuckle in 1 second time, and this is rough. Oh, he's trying to play out juke it, but he's in range. The Scream will be able to connect. Soak it in. And now to the mid. Mars? Guys, well, I suppose there's no racks, there's no tower, so you feel pretty confident. There's also not a lot of other heroes from Na'Vi.
As soon as Yapsaw spawns, there will be 20 seconds on the summon from Chen, so Secret will not be at full power here. Oh, he has Boots of Travel, I forgot. Never mind. It's Yapsaw. He has an item.
He's always got money. They've already got the kill as well. Nisha claiming Ilias's life, and Shadow Fiend now has to BKB or else that Blood Ride's going to destroy him. Still haven't seen a Requiem of Salt. Actually, I don't think at all. But maybe they have to let one go out now under the Arena of Blood. But you break the Aegis more on the Queen of Pain, but what else are you going to break? Well, you break Na'Vi's back. They're pinned down. SF's dead. No buybacks in either of the cores. And that is GG. We were waiting for something, and it just seems the victory of Game 1 for Secret was that something.
Yeah. It was that's so simple for Secret. I want to see Na'Vi in the second game take